Hey folks, how you doing? I'm Sven and today it's proper chords to swing Gitan, a classic tune in the genre, and I will show you the idiomatic chord voicings for the rhythm guitar for that tune. First of all, I'm gonna play a little demonstration, like 1 or 2 choruses to show and bring in some variations, and then I will explain all the details. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is Swing Gitan. It's a very short tune actually, very short form, and it started with a G minor 6 chord. And if you're not common to this style, the most easy version to play this is with G on the E string, A string muted, and then we got E on the D string, and B flat on the G string, and D on the B string. All other strings are muted. That will be the sound of G minor 6. It's the most important chord of this tune because it's the tonic chord. There were a couple of variations that I used for that one, but first of all I will explain the form. After 2 bars of G minor 6, we will move to A dominant 7, and I played it like this. This is a nice, very bass-like voicing on the lower 4 strings with A, C sharp, G, and C sharp, and B string and E string muted. Again, we play this for 2 bars, and then we have 1 bar of A half diminished with A string muted, G, C, and E flat in the 4th fret on the B string. That chord can be played with a thumb in the bass if you like. And if you like, instead of the A half diminished chord, you could play a C minor 6 voicing because it's almost the same chord. It has the same notes, only the root varies, and so the bass player is, you know, playing the root that counts. So it doesn't matter if you're playing A half diminished or C minor 6. It's the same chord. So therefore you would just move the first shape to the 8th fret to head for C minor 6. But I recommend A half diminished. And after that I play D dominant 7 with D, F sharp, C, and D. So this is the pretty normal dominant 7 chord voicings that you probably all know. It looks very similar to the C campfire chord, just the pinky is added on the G string and we move it so that the ring finger is in the 5th fret on the D. And both E strings are muted in that case. There is an opportunity, and I do that a lot in Gypsy swing, that the ring finger is placed between both strings, between the E and the A string, to make both ring. That's an option that's played a lot in Gypsy jazz, and you have the opportunity to play more than 1 string without using a bar chord, and that's done a lot. I will come to that later. So after that we go back to G minor, and what I did, because it's very comfortable to play that after the D dominant 7 voicing, I played it like this. So no E strings, I left them both out, and I played like D with the middle finger, G with the ring finger, B flat with the index on the G string 3rd fret, and the pinky is playing E 5th fret on the B string. There is the possibility to play that chord with the thumb in the bass, what I also did in the explanation. So again we got 2 bars of G minor 6. Then we move that up to the 4th fret and make it a major 3rd by, instead of moving the whole chord, the index is about to be moved a fret above. So we got A flat 6 with the thumb or without the thumb. It's like E flat, A flat, C, and F. After 2 bars of that, we return to the G minor 6 chord. We can use the same voicing here. What I did, because it is again 2 bars, in the explanation I played a G minor triad, and this is interesting. Instead of playing it as a bar chord, to avoid the G on the high E string, I play it like this. That means I'm doing like a a partial bar chord here with the index, only 3 strings like D, G string and B string. Then I play the 5th and the root with the ring and with the pinky, and the thumb is playing the root. And now I can let go the melody here on the D string and go back to G minor 6. So this is a very nice movement, like from G minor major with the F sharp here, G minor 7, index is playing the F, holding down the F, and then I move to G minor 6. And then again, A7 for 2 bars, A half diminished, D7, or like C minor 6, D7, more or less the same chord. The C minor 6 here would be with the middle finger, 3rd fret on the A string, A with the index, 2nd fret on the G string, and E flat, 4th fret with the pinky. All other strings are muted. So part A in slow would be ba-da ba-da, ba-da da 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 da, ba-da da da, ba-da da da da, ba-da da da da. Got the 2 bars of A and the 2-5-1. Back to start. Now it's the same. And in the second part, in part B, I played this G minor 6. But you know, which one you play can be varied throughout the whole tune, so you don't need to play the same amount of voicings all the time. I just want to show you some of the variations that I played. So now that you know all the basic chords, because nothing will change in part B, it's just like you go from 2 bars of G minor to 2 bars A, 2-5, back to G minor, again A flat. In the demonstration I once played that chord. This is a very easy jazz voicing that you probably already know, with the middle finger playing A flat, the A string is muted, then we get like F, C and E flat, back to G, and then instead of playing the A dominant 7 long, now we got a short A, 1 bar of D, and after that A I sometimes play the D9 chord, which is a very common option in Gypsy swing. Though the 9 would be like a non-scale, a note that's not in the scale of G minor, but it's a very often, a choice that's made very often. So, and now I'm playing all the 6 strings. My middle finger is playing A and D at the same time. My index is playing F sharp, and the ring finger is covering all 3 remaining strings. And back to G, and of course, 1 more D7 before the form starts again. So all the variations that I basically played in the song were variations of, you know, sometimes I was doing a little bass movement. Instead of playing 2 bars of G minor, like you can play like a little bass movement. All the same chord. Leave out the B string, only playing these 3 notes like E, D and G. All other strings are muted, and then you go from 3rd fret to 5th fret, 6th fret, and again 3rd fret. Bump. When you don't like this A, you can play this A, and what I also did in the demonstration, I think, is playing the A dominant 7 like this. My thumb is playing the root, and this is a good choice to play all the dominant chords that has their roots on the E string. The thumb is playing the root. Some people play it like this, and then you got like G, C sharp, and E up here. A string is muted. If you don't like the thumb, just go ahead and play it like this. But this is the choices you have. Only the 3 notes like A, G, C sharp, all other things muted. Double the C with the index, the C sharp, or play it like this or like this. Some guys even do it like this, having this chord and then the 5th with the pinky. This is the same, again, principle that we had for G minor. I'm playing actually all the notes of the bar chord of A7, but to avoid the high A, I choose this voicing. For some reason, the high A does not really sound good in Gypsy swing. I mean, it is a very useless note actually, because it's the root and everybody's playing the root, but that's not the reason. I think it's just too high and too much in the face. That's not the sound you like. That's the sound you like. The same with the G minor. It sounds better, it sounds more authentic, and that's what we're heading for. So that's actually everything almost like. one or two little variations I did on the G minor 6. Instead of playing the middle strings using this one, you can also play all the strings with the thumb. This one's difficult. The thumb is playing the root now, the middle finger is playing D and G, the index is playing B flat, and the ring finger is playing E and A. So it's a G minor 6/9. And you can transfer that to A flat. Same thing. This chord basically, but we use all the fingers, not all the fingers, but we push down all the strings. Thumb here, 2 strings with the middle finger, index is playing C, and then we go like F and B flat here. That's basically it, swing Gitan, okay? So one more time the form. A7, now we got A half diminished, D dominant 7, and G minor 6. A flat major, back to G minor, and then we can go to A dominant 7 and D7, or A dominant 7 and 2/5. You can always leave a 2/5 and play just the 5. In old time jazz music that's very common. Instead of going like, you can go like, sounds maybe even better. You know, like, I'm playing part B now, the end. So we go like, that will be the last option actually for G minor 6. Instead of playing the 2 fingers here, you can also play a little bar chord with the ring finger. So these were the chords, and I hope you get along with this. Okay, and check out my other videos. There's a lot of information about how to play La Pompe and a lot of tunes. The Proper Chord series deal with tunes, and you learn a lot of the songs that I played in the repertoire of Gypsy Swing. Hope you liked it. Subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me in the comments. I also do give private lessons. So, see you. Bye.